Hello everybody, welcome to the Wednesday live stream. So it looks like there's a couple of indicators that say that we might have hit a local bottom, but only time will tell. So the first one, which is what alludes to in the thumbnail and the title today, is a death cross. Now, I am not a TA guy. I don't do a lot of TA. You can tell by just my videos and things I talk about. But I got to tell you, Ben's website makes it a heck of a lot easier for ignoramuses like myself to take a look and say, oh, death cross, golden cross, bull market support band, all that great stuff. And we can just see that on this one, very simple. And it's just, you can put in your golden crosses, your death cross, and you can kind of see where things are going. And all this really is the 50-day SMA and the 200-day moving average, so moving average. And when the 50-day SMA, right here, which will be called the fast SMA, the 50-day SMA, when that goes underneath the slow SMA, the 200-day simple moving average, you can say, well, that would be what would be saying as a golden cross. The death cross is the exact opposite. It is when the fast SMA goes underneath the slow SMA. And usually, I'm going to get rid of these golden crosses. We don't need to take a look at those. And usually what this means is what they may call a local bottom. You see this happened in August. This happened all the way back here in September 2023. Look at that Bitcoin price, 25,000. I think we'd all like to have some of that. And then over here, 9th of August 2024, Bitcoin price 60,000. Again, the same thing. Happened over here as well. April 2025, Bitcoin price 78,000. Remember that? We were flying high. Everybody's having a great time. Bitcoin had broken 100K, and then it, of course, dropped down. And now today, same thing, we're almost crossing over. So we'll see if this holds true. It looks like it is. If that's the case, what usually happens during these death crosses, even though they sound awful, is that it rallies back up and we have a nice little local high. Now, I don't know how high it's going to go. Everybody else is guessing out here, but we'll see how it goes. But I got to tell you, this makes it a heck of a lot easier. Also, we can take, this would be good because as far as the bull market support band, you can just see that we're actually falling underneath what they say is the 50-week moving average, and that is not too great because it was supposed to be 103,000. Now we're dropping down to 101,000, which is why I talked about in the title and the thumbnail. Looks like there is a local bottom and then hopefully a rally. So that would be the first one. The second one, this is from Bitcoin Magazine Pro. They talk about their active address sentiment indicator, the AASI. And this is a short-term sentiment indicator. And what it talks about, it says we're comparing the 28-day change in price, the 28-day change in active addresses for Bitcoin. You can make a short-term sentiment indicator. All you got to know is there's an orange line and there's a red line. Let me blow this up so you can see it. And when it starts to go up to this red line, they say are overheated. When it touches down to the green line, things are at like a local bottom. You can see we've actually done that right around Sunday or Monday or somewhere around there. And this is going to happen again. So what they're saying is this would not be a bad time to buy. Now, I can't give you financial advice. I've been buying this whole time because I still think we're going to have a rally, but I could be wrong. However, it's not just me that thinks we're going to have a rally. It's also the institutions. It's also the retail, the advisors, and the institutions that buy into the ETF. Did you know, and I think most of you do, that this was either the #1 or the second highest daily inflow for Bitcoin ETFs, which was yesterday, 11th of November, after we had a massive, massive sell-off of 558, roughly $500 million just last week. Now, these 2 days, 10th, 11th, and of course, Wednesday, we don't have the data yet, but just yesterday, we reversed everything, 524 million. That is one of the biggest inflow. What do people know, or is it all just based on FOMO? Who knows? But I will tell you, the longer that I'm in this business and I'm take a look at crypto, the more I tend to lean to the fact that somebody knows something and they're trying to get in early or front run somebody. Now, the question is the information that person have actually legitimate, or they're just front running everything and everybody's just following the other person? Again, nobody knows. But I will say today, it is quite interesting. We have those indicators, death cross coming up, AASI, ETFs coming through. We're going to take a look at ChatGPT in a second. And we went from 105,000 just this morning to around 100,000 again. So again, seems like we have a local bottom and maybe we go up from here. It's anybody's guess, but I will tell you, there was a great video from my friend Aaron Bennett over at the Aaron Bennett YouTube channel. I linked this in the description. And what Aaron does is pretty interesting. Every so often, he takes a look at ChatGPT. He pays for this super expensive subscription, like $300 a month or something like that. And he just asks it a bunch of queries and questions and prompts and says, hey, where are we going with the Bitcoin price? Is it going to rally? Is it going to drop off? Use all the data points that you possibly can. And the response that he's been getting is pretty interesting, has been pretty reasonably accurate. But what ChatGPT said in this video, I'm not going to tell you what it was, is that essentially we're going to go a little bit longer and we're going to go into January. Not like Q2, like some people talk about, or Q3. January, maybe February type of stuff. So I linked Aaron's video in the description. Pretty interesting how he's doing that thing, and I can see where it goes. So we've got a lot of indicators and things are looking good, but it's anybody's, we'll see where it all goes. I think the long run will be safe. The short run is what I think a lot of people are interested in. That's why I talk about it, but we'll see how it goes. But I will say, if you take a look at Polymarket, the prices are reasonable. It states what price will Bitcoin hit in 2025. I think this is what they're talking about is the end of 2025. And 83% say we're going to hover around 100,000. About 34% say 120, and only 17% say 130. 140 is 9, and 150 at 6%. I got to tell you, this would be a nice gamble to take. Some of these. Anyhow, watch that video from Aaron Bennett. Maybe not so good. But I find Polymarket interesting just because of after the presidential election and the recent elections that we had for New York mayor, governors across the states. It was pretty accurate, almost 100%. I think it was 100% accurate. But if you take a look at how accurate is Polymarket, it's not just like up to the minute, it's pretty accurate. Like in 4 hours, it's 95% correct. 12 hours, only 89. 1 day, 1 week. But the 1 month correctness is almost 92%. And again, this is all wisdom of the crowd. Now, does this mean that's 100%? Obviously not. It tells you what it is. But I'm going to start using this a heck of a lot more just to kind of guide to where things are going. I mean, if it was this good for elections, let's see how it does for price action. Only time will tell. And it's not just me thinking that. I think it's also Yahoo Finance, as they just signed them up to be a prediction market provider for Yahoo Finance. And also don't forget that they partnered up with Google. So we'll see how that works out for Polymarket. Again, that's another, I would say, an application that is being used in real world type of use case. And congratulations to Polymarket for actually doing something which 99% of the altcoin market doesn't do. And finally, before we get out of here, two things to note. One is the U.S. House of Representatives at 7 p.m. Eastern. I think that is in roughly an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere around there. They're going to be voting to see if we're going to keep up or keep open or open up officially the U.S. government. If you don't know, the Senate voted. It was a 60-40, so we got the majority, supermajority, and that worked out great. Now it has to go to the Yahoos over in the House of Representatives. And of course, I think it's a 118-113 split, 117-113, 119-13, forgot. Correct me in the comment section. So it's a majority skewed towards the Republicans. So this should work out unless somebody wants to change the whole direction and add something in as to what this would actually take. But if that's the case, U.S. government's open up, and maybe we do have that rally, which we just looked at for ASI, ChatGPT, ETF inflows, and so on and so forth. So we'll take it. And then lastly, congratulations to Coinbase, as they are officially moving from Delaware because of tax incentives, I guess, and the way that they're incorporated. And they're moving to the great, beautiful state of Texas. Good job. That's what you do when you got a lot of incentives to go to the great state of Texas. Delaware, I don't know what you guys are doing, but you're losing a lot of companies. I think Tesla is one of them as well. Anyhow, that's it for today. Like today's video, thumbs up, subscribe, all that great stuff. Now, let's get into Q&A. All right, where are we? I'm 2 minutes behind. That's okay. Did all that make sense? Was that too fast? They did swear in Adelita G today. Great. Please help people open up the government. I can't help those people. It's all in their hands. I have a little small, tiny sphere of control. Things that I can do. I can buy and sell stuff. I can be the master of my own domain. But as far as like what the House of Representatives and the Senate's going to do, or the government, lost. Let's see. Jimmy says, hey, Rob, I watched the video from Aaron Bennett, and it was very informative and a good reference for creating the proper prompts for large language models to get quality, detailed responses. Yeah, he really went deep. It was pretty good. I like that one. It's interesting. Now, I don't know how accurate ChatGPT is. Some of the other ones were pretty spot on. And of course, some don't make it, but I just liked the thought process and how it all went into it. I said, oh, I guess I can see that. Thanks for keeping it real. You're the best. I try. Not enough hopium. That's true. A big God from the one. Ada went to Dollar 30. Thank you, God, for answering my prayers. Yeah, God, he loves to answer the prayers, especially for dips. No problems there. Jason says, should be a nice little pump when the shutdown finishes. As the one the pump starts, I'm just waiting patiently. Where's my beer? That's a good way to leave it right there. Where is my beer? I think it's time for one of those. One of those days, everybody. One of those days. That's it for tonight. So I want to keep this really short, give you an update. Look at that, 11 minutes. You can't beat that. So thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a great rest of the night. Thanks. Adios.